be making red velvet cake. We're going to start with 1 cup of melted butter, 4 eggs at room temperature, a half a cup of buttermilk, room temperature, a half a cup of sour cream, a box of instant pudding, a box of red velvet cake, and I added those two together, the dry ingredients, and I'm also going to use a teaspoon of vanilla and 1/4 cup of cold plain coffee. So we're going to do all of our wet ingredients by adding in the butter. Now keep in mind, I've already added the Jell-O instant pudding to the cake mix. Next, we're going to be adding in our buttermilk. Now, one tip that I have for you on the instant pudding, the recipe calls for chocolate instant pudding, but I didn't have it, so I added a half a teaspoon of cocoa powder to the instant pudding so that I can get that chocolate flavor. And I went ahead and stirred this whipped cream in just because I didn't want any lumps with it. And I'm going to mix all this together before I add it into the dry ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. And now I'm going to add my last ingredient, which is that cold coffee. Make sure your coffee is cold. And we're going to do one final mix on the wet ingredients, and then we're going to add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. And remember, the dry ingredients is this box red velvet cake and the instant pudding. Once you add the wet ingredients, you'll go ahead and you'll mix that until it's well combined. Don't over mix. The instant pudding and the sour cream is what's going to make this cake very moist. Now I'm going to add this batter into cake pans. I have 2 9-inch round cake pans. Bake this at 350 for about 25 minutes. So we're going to make our icing for the red velvet cake. So we're going to use 1 cream cheese, 8 ounces of cream cheese, butter, stick of butter, 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, and then we're going to use a tablespoon of vanilla extract. It is very important that your cream cheese and butter is at room temperature. This will allow the two to blend well. Go ahead and cream your cream cheese and make sure that it's smooth before you add your butter. Next, you're going to cream in your butter, and you want to make sure that this mixture is good and smooth before you start adding in your vanilla extract and your powdered sugar. The recipe called for 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, but I added a half a cup more, so that was a total of 2 cups of powdered sugar. And I added it in a half a cup at a time, just so it's easier to mix. And here I added in a half a cup of powdered sugar, and like I said, I'm going to do a total of 2 cups, but I want to put in a half a cup at a time so it's easy and I don't have powdered sugar floating all over the kitchen. And once that's done, I go ahead and I waited. The next day I wrapped my cake in some plastic and put it in the refrigerator overnight. And then the next day I went ahead and made my icing, and now I'm adding it here. You want to be real careful because you want to make sure you put enough icing on that first layer so that you're not getting any red crumbs. You want to smooth it with your spatula, making sure that you're only touching the icing and not bringing any of that red cake crumbs into your icing. This cake was really easy to make. For it to be a semi from scratch cake, because I used a box cake, it was very moist. When I say this cake was good, I ate this cake up in a matter of 2 minutes. I don't even think I made 30, let's just say not even 2 minutes. I ate a slice of cake within a matter of maybe 20 seconds. That's how good this cake was. So again, red velvet cake, you can make this cake. A lot of people tend to make red velvet cake around the holidays, especially Christmas, because of the color. Some people add pecans or nuts to it. I like mine like this, but you do what works best for you and your family. But this is a very easy recipe, guys. Please take the time to make it for your family. It's not hard at all. If you're not a baker, trust me, this is easy to make. And see how moist the cake is. And again, like I said, I ate this cake so fast. I was actually looking greedy. If you would have had a camera on me, you would have been like, girl, slow down. That's how good this cake was. Good and moist. So moist it was falling apart. So guys, thank you for watching the video. This is day 1 of Vlogmas. I'm going to do Vlogmas for the whole month. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share with your friends.